All right. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy solstice. This solstice has been a bit of a doozy. So, in continuation of explaining those cosmic energies that we are observing, perceiving, and receiving, the Galactic Council, a spirit team of mine that's been with me since birth, want to come through and talk about how we can kind of tame these energies with a particular metaphor and literal alchemy symbol that demonstrates the unity of the Trinity. We're going to be using a unique alchemy symbol. If you like alchemy symbols to work through stuff, stick around for my channeling and masterclass of the beautiful Saint Germain coming up this Saturday. There are going to be 7 sacred seals and symbols we're working with. It's called the Alchemy of You. And it's all about rebirthing out of this 2023 solstice pain and all the transitions and transformations that painfully occurred this year, and how to alchemize that into your best self as we go into 2024. I'm even struggling saying 2024. It's like not even actively channeling out of my mouth. It's like we're not there yet as a collective. And individually, we're not either. We're still trying to go into the symbology and the metaphor of the Trinity energies, while individually not quite understanding what that means. So the cosmic energy of the Trinity is so strong in this Christmas message today. I know it's the day after Christmas, but some of us are just kind of getting through the Christmas. It was a hard Christmas for most people, right? So if you count yourself blessed enough to have a happy Christmas, that's wonderful. Send all of those blessings throughout the world right now. Send that happy, positive energy to someone who needs it, right? And then that way we can let our caring be expressed as we go into the new year. So again, if you want the Saint Germain work that I have coming up, you can find that on my website. I believe we linked it at the top, but let me see. Yeah, the Alchemy of You is linked to the top. We only have a few more days to sign up for that, though, before the class closes. In the meantime, where's everybody from? Who's here live with me today? Later, once we get through some of the messages about tomorrow, the 27th, and releasing a lot of that energy, we will go into our message of hope, faith, peace, and trust. We will then go into the alchemy of the Trinity and give a symbol that you can use to continue, particularly tomorrow when the moon is at its highest point of cycling out karmic pain for the year. Tomorrow is going to be really important. So use the symbol that the council are leaving you with today. And try to incorporate light in your life in all directions. In all directions. Light, and more light. Get outside. Okay. I've even got a symbol of the sun, that I'm wearing today to remind myself of the light. Okay. And get out, walk. Let your retina perceive some sunlight. Take your vitamin D and hold strong, because tomorrow is going to be the most difficult time of the year, which is why I waited for today to give you this Christmas message from the council. Tomorrow is going to be harder than today. So hold on, hold in there with me. All right. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you the symbol as we talk about the cosmic energies that are coming through our full moon tomorrow. Now, these symbols have been everywhere I go as we build up to it. I bought a pair of earrings, and there was little things that are a part of the symbol on the earrings, and someone else got me a pair of earrings and the symbol was there. I saw it in some of my Rider-Waite tarot deck symbologies in a class that we did not too long ago with more Christed symbols, and it just kept coming up. And I was wondering, why am I seeing this particular one? So I'm going to very quickly draw it out for you. For those of you who like to take your screenshots, this is the symbol that the council is giving me to use tomorrow, between the full moon of tomorrow Look at that, 111 views, right when I said that. Between the full moon of tomorrow, the 27th, all the way into the portal of 111, January the 11th of the new year. All right. So let's draw in this Trinity symbol. It is for peace and hope and trust, grounding out in faith. All right. I am not a great drawer. Give me a moment. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. And it's a real natural druidic symbol. I was really happy to see a druid symbol come through, to be frank, because I had not seen a druid symbol come through in a really long time. Made me really happy. But okay, here we go. Down into there. Symmetry is not easy. Give me a second. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm just drawing out an alchemy symbol for you if you're just coming in. All right. Jump down into the V. All right. So, faith, hope, trust. What does that equal? What does that lend to? It lends to peace, which is the energy symbology of the Trinity coming through. But we need faith, hope, and trust in order to get this symbol. So when you need peace in your life, now these are supposed to be leaves. Again, I got earrings gifted to me with these symbols on them with the leaves on each side. Look how beautiful they are. That's what that's supposed to be. So if you can draw better than me, please have at it. And the way that I saw it was, let me add that 3. I always think I have 3 and then I don't. It looks more like 2. That's supposed to be a 3-pronged little rainbow there. Now we have 3. There we go, don't we? 1, 2, 3. Depends on how you look at it. 1, 2, 3. So we have white, gold, silver. In the order that you put the white, gold, and the silver, I don't have any little markers to draw out white, gold, silver, but that's what this little Trinity rainbow looks like when it comes. This little ray of white, gold, silver. And then the green little branch, maybe an olive branch. Some of you have that belief system coming through. It is a Trinity Christed symbol. All right. And then we have the three grounding symbols below. All right. And this is the symbol that you're going to be utilizing. Put this on your altar, put it on your meditation table, put it on your wallpaper, put it on your phone, put it everywhere. Focus on it, gaze upon it, and then close your eyes. All right. Close your eyes and just let it fill you back up with the faith and the hope, the trust. Okay. The symbols, the colors that I saw in this symbol were white, gold, and silver. All right. If you're feeling drained and void of energy right now, don't worry, because as we get out of the 27th, you're going to feel that until the 28th. All right. But in order to tap into the Trinity symbology of faith, hope, and trust, which will give you peace for the new year, the council is saying that it's really going to be important to use this symbol and to activate the concept of the Trinity. And if you don't like this symbol, use whatever symbol that you do like. All right. But what a lot of people are doing right now is putting their soul on hold. And we can no longer do that. as we stand forth into 2024. We can no longer keep putting the needs of the mind, the body, and the soul on hold. That's something people are going to need. I'll show you the oracle cards that I'm getting in association with this message here in a moment. But people are going to need to begin to take their own conscious dreaming a lot more seriously, because you are here for significant reasons, and you are holy, special, beautiful children of Source, of consciousness. And as you're facing yourself, it will be important to give yourself the time off needed as per this island solitude card coming up in the dharmic positioning. It will be really important to consider the dreams that were being birthed into creation this year, but then you put them on hold because you were afraid of the shamanic endeavors and afraid of your magic. That's okay. We can forgive that now. We can have faith that this can return next year. It's okay that you had to put your dreams on hold, but it's important to take a really honest assessment, a really honest inventory of all those creation dreams that you really wanted and had the ideas to get out there this year, and then you had to put it on hold for someone else. And it's okay. It's okay. They were very valid reasons, but you had to put some very powerful, important dreams on hold this year, right? So as you forgive that and just kind of do an honest assessment of that, what that's going to do as you go into the full moon, look at that beautiful full moon representing the full moon energies coming across on the 27th, the energy of releasing things that were important to you, all right? Don't worry, those things will come back. Those dreams will be birthed again. That alchemy will be reborn. It was only a temporary setback, so now you can be free of how you shamed yourself, how others shamed you, how you didn't forgive yourself. You can let that go. If you didn't accept your calling this year, be free of that pain that others pushed upon you. Be free of the pain that you pushed upon yourself. Let that free. Let that go this full moon so that you can have some really true freedom, and your strength will be remastered. It will be remembered. Your fortitude will be reinvigorated. You will be deeply inspired, and look, the creativity will return in the new year. The creativity will return. All those dreams, you will be free to reconsider and rebirth as you alchemize a new life in 2024. And the symbol that the council is giving you that invigorates your faith, your hope, your trust in those dreams that you had placed on the shelf, this is going to restart that for you, alchemize that for you, bring that about for you to look at again in a brand new way with a brand new you. Okay, that's what the Saint Germain class this Saturday is about. That's everything that's about. So we can learn to step into our true nature with the Trinity, utilizing the Trinity symbols given to us today to forget about all the ways that we put ourselves on the shelf last year. They were valid reasons, okay? It wasn't that you weren't supposed to. It was all quite valid, but now it's time to reconvene, to go back into creation, to go back into creativity, all right? Yeah, because it's going to be a really powerful moon as we reach the full moon between the 26th and the 27th. Really wonderful time to forgive ourselves, okay? Yep, some good stuff coming up. I would like to use some original Rider-Waite tarot deck symbology coming through as well. If you like this Mystery School deck and how big these cards are, you can get them from Josh Yates. He's an adept who's been through my Mystery School. You can find them on Twitter. Somebody link it up if you don't mind. So here is the card that we're looking at. We will draw again when we go into predictions, world predictions for next year, because I have a lot to have to share with you in another video coming up. But for the solstice and the full moon and all the stuff that we need to really powerfully face this solstice, the Emperor card comes up. Really strongly standing in your power again, forgiving and realizing why you had to put those dreams on hold, forgiving and realizing why certain things didn't work this year, and stepping into your power. The council has given us this message all throughout the year, but that power was ultimately forgotten in the midst of so many stressors, and that's okay. 2023 was a stressful year for most people. All right. So I'm going to read you the back of this message as well that Josh put on here because it's beautiful and it is definitely correspondent to the same message that the council is giving us. The highest manifestation of the spiritual solar energy is the constituting intelligence that makes, frames, and composes everything in this universe. That intelligence is an actual presence in every human soul. Every human personality is a center for the expression of that cosmic intelligence. This is the real truth about man. A greater adept is one who fully recognizes this truth. So here are some of the invocations that he has written that you can work with. I and my Father are one. He who hath seen me hath seen the Father. Indeed, I say unto you that since you have done it unto one of these, the least of my brethren, you have done it unto me. Now, don't take that the wrong way. You can also take this in the design that the council wants to share it with you. If you serve someone or give them a positive message of gratitude, faith, and hope this year, you have done that for God itself, as displayed in another human personality. If you've given to someone, you've given to God itself, right? Humanity, an incarnation of the actual ruling and constituting power of this universe, destined at some time to sit in the master's seat and rule the whole lodge. All worldly distractions and honors are nothing in comparison to the truth that the actual ruling principle of the universe is the central reality of every human life. Meaning, we all deserve this. We all have that power. Because of the Christed consciousness, that power, the true universal life and light that constitute peace, is available as a power for every single person. Status aside, the council believes that people even use spiritual awakening as a status symbol, but you don't have to, because everyone is already awake and holy and worthy and powerful. You too can access your divine masculine, which you are definitively going to need as we open up that full moon and go deeper into the solstice energies tonight and tomorrow. Okay, so remember the symbol for those of you just joining. The council gave us a really powerful alchemy symbol involving 3 arcs, 1, 2, 3, gold, white, silver. Doesn't matter the order, that's up to you, of the colors, gold, white, silver, and the little rainbow there, and a 3-pronged olive branch on each side, green. And then the understanding of the Trinity as we ground that into our form and symbolizing the merging, the middle way constituents of duality itself, merging into a unity here in our mind, body, soul construct. So if you're wanting more faith, you're wanting more hope, you're wanting more trust, you're wanting that, and that leads to the peace that we're all working through as we head into the new year and out of this very painful solstice, very painful. Okay. We're now going to go into individual messages, and keep in mind, if I don't reach you with a message of faith, hope, and trust from the council, if I don't happen to get to you today, we do have our readings on sale throughout the course of this winter season. All right. Not sure when the team wants to pull them off sale, but for December, we still have that, and possibly some of January too. I have no idea. You'd have to ask Anya. All right. Melanie, you want message? So you remember we were talking about the olive branch and extending it? The council says for you, Melody, you extended that branch and then someone didn't take it, like a multitude of someone's throughout the course of the past few months. And that hurts, right? When you extend the olive branch of peace and they don't take it. The council says we are with you. Hope extends from your thoughts. When you invigorate hope as a conscious thought stream and you invite in the grace of hope, work on that right now. Call upon us from the north, south, east, and west to invigorate and enlighten your mind and your body and your soul with the thought stream of hope itself. And you will be properly restored and nourished into the creative nourishment, the creative energy that's desired for your proper soul's nutrition and feeding as we head into the new year. Okay. Heidi, okay. Okay. So the Lover's card came up for you, and the council said it may not be about romantic love, but it could be about two ideas that are birthing another idea that you haven't considered. Two ideas, two concepts from two very, very different people, you and another person. And the person is like night and day to you. In this message, breathe in new light, invite the solar energy to come through the sun, S-O-N and S-U-N. Invite that in to bring about balance and peace so that you may birth something brand new, a brand new energy between both of your ideas and concepts that are for now vastly different. But not for long. For now, but not for long, they said. Okay, Sarah, general message. I think we're going to use the Rumi cards for you. Just because. Do you know something fun? I did not use cards until this year. Something about this year, I got super fascinated by them. And I never thought that would happen. But I like the visuals that they give us. It's so fun. Okay. So this is a mediumship card. It comes up in getting messages beyond the veil. And for 2023, that was big for you. Understanding grief and uniting the worlds of the living and the dead. That was big for you, and messages would come. Okay. Now, I know this is in the reverse position, but this message, the lion and the deer, shows an overcoming of parts of you, one like a lion, one like a deer, one full of strength, charisma, and passion, and the other one soft, graceful, standing in wonder and innocence, flowering, a flowering beauty, more like a lotus than a deer, that opens and closes as need be. So these two parts of you came together and became restored. That's why we had this in a different position, right? And now you're tapping into a new energy that's also ancient simultaneously, new and old, as you go into the new year. All right. All right. Let's see, Kassia. Which cards we're going to use? I think we're going to use the dragon cards. The use of time is pivotal for you. Understanding time without being harsh on yourself. Understanding the appropriate use of your gifts requires courage. And you'll be looking into the mirror in a more positive way this year. Remember, the use of time is so pivotal, that word, because this determines at all levels of your growth what you will experience in all moments, in all of your tomorrows. Honor time this year. It used to own you, and now you work together. What am I here for? The council said, if you're asking that question, Carmel, you're in the right position for yourself in life when you're asking that question. And anyone who's asking that question, what am I here for, is in the right place right now. Okay. In every lifetime, you have learned the art of sacrifice, but now you have dharmically transposed and transcended that contract. Blood angel card represents, okay, you get something, but there's always something that you have to give. You receive something, but there's always the other side of the coin. You have transcended that now. Now we get to understand emptiness. It's a very Buddhist concept. Understanding how to be full when you feel empty. That's what you're here for now. Surrender. Ellie, yep, I think we're gonna use the tarot for a message for you from the council. Okay, so for me, what I'm getting from the Hierophant is balance, understanding of the Trinity concept, and letting go of what you think you need, letting go of what you believe you had needed for happiness. So the message from the council is when you believe you need something, rest assured that has become a delusion that is creating your suffering. Everything you need is provided for you in all moments now. And that is your invocation. Everything I need is here for me now. Everything has already been granted. And so it is. That is your invocation to work with as you go into the new year. All right. Jen Q, what is in store for me for 2024? And keep in mind, guys, if you're not getting these messages, if you're lined up, but I don't get to you today, we do have so many readings on sale right now where you can get a message. I particularly like the 10-minute recording readings because you don't have to be there. You just send in your picture and your questions, and you can ask any of your guides or the council or your higher self or anyone. Okay. Jen Q. Let's look at the karma and dharma in store for 2024. It is a year of stepping into your power, working with the etheric realm. I'm hearing from your guidance, your higher guidance here with the council around you, that last year was a year of feeling judged and having to step into discrimination and judgment for your survival. This year is the ability to look through the looking glass and to see everything without judgment. This is a year of creativity for you. This year you've healed grief. As we go into the new year, it's going to be very, very, very important to clear your energy of any remaining grief, because 2024 is when you look through the eyes of forgiveness and you realize that only the reality of love is important, no matter what anyone else is doing. That's when your life unfolds, when you realize that no matter what anyone else is doing, I'm here for unfolding in gratitude and love and for my own creations. That is my service to others, is when I am full, right? When you consider that for 2024, it's going to be a good year, the council's saying. Really, really, really good year. Okay. Marnie, could I please have a message from the council? So last year, the council says for last year, you were attempting to embrace and understand other people's thoughts, other people's ideas. You wanted to understand them from their perspective, and you spent an entire year attempting to embrace that which you do not understand. And that was because it felt like the thoughts of the world and the dreams of the world were causing a certain suffering. So now you can let that go. You no longer need to understand what that's about. Okay? Let's pull a card here for you. It's a strength card. It's a strength card. The council says to tap into your unique creative essence and flavor, your unique spark of light from the mind of God itself requires that you are to ask for strength. It absolutely requires your strength. And it also requires that you are taught from a space of wonder and innocence, and that you receive any education you come upon throughout the year in a space of wonder and innocence. You have a willingness to learn. This is good. Keep that, and your year will fly by with a return of your strength and a return and invigoration of your memory of your true soul's power. Okay. Sandra, who is next? I'm just losing my place here. Sandra, can I have a message from the council? "2023 was a year of retraining the mind. It was a very human year. All of your pain coming to light, and your heart was giving you so many gifts of the shadow, and you were vigilant to understand what it all meant. But now you can retrain the mind to let go of meaning, and that will be the greatest mercy from Divine Mother that you could possibly feel, the greatest embrace. And you will have victory over your shadows when you invite in the grace, mercy from Divine Mother into your thoughts, into your heart, into your words, and into your actions." Let's see who's next. Sunnyside, what is your name? So I'm getting this image of like being in a car when we're little kids and asking our parents, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" So that was 2023 for you, right? But as you head into the spring equinox of next year, your communion with Spirit will be so strong, and you will be rebirthed, but not in the ways that you think. All the ways that you thought for yourself, you let that go in 2023. All the promises you made, you realize are no longer going to be as relevant to you in 2024 as they were in 2023. So it's okay to rebirth yourself and to not know. The council says your journey has begun. And once the journey has begun, the end is always certain, and peace will be the end. When you feel peace upon your spring rebirth, upon that equinox, you will know that you have landed where you need to be. And that is the only way to actually know, is to trust that peace that lands for you perfectly in your mind and in your body and in your soul. Okay, Betty Medina. You know, what they're saying now is interesting. People, when people misunderstand universal law, and they say everything you see is because of something inside of you. It's true, but it's often misinterpreted. And if we went by that law for 2023 with you, you will misunderstand what you have attracted. What you have attracted has been because you were inspired to bring about a relief and a release of pain for your ancestors. You carried over all of that for them, And now as you head into 2024, your soul will require new boundaries. It will require a bit of a division for a while so that you remember what you're here to do, not for your ancestors, but for you, Betty, personally. All right. Ebony, let's see what we got here. All right. A lot going on. A lot of initiations for your soul over the course of 2023. The human gift comes up. That's like directly human practical pain that we all experience from time to time, but yours was super strong in 2023, and it cut off your passion. You know, the divine feminine part of you that really wanted to express, you put it in the corner. But as you head into 2024, you need to take all those dreams, open it. Even if you think that you're opening Pandora's box, receive this blessing and remember that everything that happened in your world was not the cause of you putting away your own gifts. That was not the cause. You wanted to see freedom in a new way by feeling trapped, but that is over now. And it is time for a rebirth. Another year is upon us, and freedom is going to be important for you this year. Okay, let's see. Jenny, I would love a message about the path ahead. How may I serve? The council said, so ask this question instead. Instead of asking, how should I serve? How may I serve? Or how could I serve? Ask, how does my purpose serve the purpose of life itself? When you ask that question, the answer will always come. And the answer may be so simple. It may be that you are already serving. It may be that the gratitude of the place that you're in, albeit not necessarily a happy one in your service, not necessarily a blissful one, that is still the path that you are already riding. You're on that dragon rider path. You are already in deep service with your light in the darkest places. So where more service is needed, why do we wish for a change so soon? Probably not the message you wanted, huh? I know you. May I have a personal message? Yes. I think we're going to do tarot. Have you finally given yourself permission to get a good giggle out of life? To laugh at circumstances a little bit more? Because that joy within you is an echo. You can laugh at old patterns showing up. It doesn't mean that you haven't transcended them. But every time you laugh, you invigorate the solar energy and the consciousness of cosmic creator to remind you that all is well, to remind you that the only thing that hasn't changed is just an echo of old patterns showing up to invite you into them again, but you do not have to say yes, just laugh. All right, CJ, what's in it for me next year? What's up for me? Do you know that it is impossible for you to be without love in your life? And we do not mean romantic love. It is impossible for you to be effectively alone. Do you know that next year will be a year of effortless creation? Returning to a dream that you had put on hold for the love of someone else, for the comfort of someone else, for the peace of someone else. Next year will be sacred and beautiful and holy for you because you return to all of that which you sacrifice in lieu of someone else's comfort. Okay, Adama Chan. Wait a minute. I don't want to lose my track. It's so easy to lose track. Yeah, there we are. Once we said to you that your mind is joined with the mind of grace itself, with the mind and grace of Cosmic Creator. And in that moment, you saw no strangers. You saw the light of all that was holy. And you held the greatest blessings of time, but you did not trust. Next year will be a moment again where you will give people messages that they seek, and you will not trust them, and it will not matter. You will not trust the messages. You will not trust the nature of the gift, and it will not matter. That is not what matters. What matters is that you feel as you do. What matters is that other people have hearts beating inside of their chests with pain that you've had, with joy that you've had, with peace that you have had. What matters is that you reach them because you reach their pain. In that degree of relevance, then you will trust your messages. And that depends not upon any external validation. It depends upon connection and the grace of compassion, which is felt so palpably between thyself and other until you perceive no other. All right. We didn't even have to look at cards for that one. Nancy, can you please ask the council how I can help others this year? I will love myself enough. I will love myself enough to be merciful and to return to the passions that I have placed aside. And I will share my passions with others. That is how I will help others this year. I will love myself enough to heal separation and to be an example of that light for others who wish to do the same. All right, Gemma. They said, if you had a friend who had a child and you went to the birth and you saw the joy and the love of the child as she was being held in the hands of her mother, and her mother could see nothing but beauty, innocence, wonder, no matter how the baby screamed or complained, no matter how difficult it is to be a first-time mom, no matter the challenges, you would see the unconditional love of the adoring mother, loving her child with the deepest agape, with the most beautiful grace. You would see the mother's joy and pride for the divine connection in her creation. And even if the mother did not accept herself, she would still accept the child. You will understand this message. You are also a child of Divine Mother, held strongly in her arms, being guided always. Even if she did not understand you, which is far from possible, for she always will understand her child, she will accept you. Be mothered by Divine Mother this holiday season. It is impossible to go wrong in her loving arms. Okay, Amber. For you, you've been deeply concerned about the heart chakra and how to open love in your life and also experience the independence of freedom. For you, compassion is the doorway to love, and trust is the opening to freedom. For you, when you invite compassion and trust into the temple and home of your mind and body, this will be your greatest initiation in 2024. And then you can love and also be free with no worries or concerns. All right. Kim, Trinity is next. Hmm. 2023 was wrought with a feeling of failure for you, a deep pessimism of failing in a particular endeavor that you had promised you would complete. In that case, someone else had been veiled from a wake-up call that the universe had given them, and they did not receive it. But that does not mean that you failed them. You cannot fail. Timing is of the greatest essence here. The message has landed. The seed was planted, but now it takes time to blossom. Take some space. You have not failed. You cannot possibly fail God. So how could you fail them? Okay. Diane says, gossip that I was cause of my sister's passing to my narcissistic mother. Why so much betrayal? Betrayal is the initiation of one who chooses to deeply heal the world. But deeply healing the world does not require sacrifice of thyself. To choose heart healing means that other people may not. To choose forgiveness means that other people may not. Your grace and understanding this requires rest from them. You know this. That is the only way to heal betrayal. The why matters not. It was your initiation. The time now is to rest from them. That is your deepest grace. Anita, I think we're going to do the Rumi cards. We haven't done them enough for you. Embrace all that comes to you this solstice. There has been a lot that has been asked of you this year. There was a lot of sacrifice. There was a lot of you that you placed aside, a lot of your passions that you put on hold. You now have the blessing of Divine Father to return into sacred action. Embrace all that comes to you. The simple reality is that if you called it to you as a challenge, perhaps as initiation for sure, but always as an opportunity to expand your commitment to love more deeply. Is that not worth it? Okay, Stacy says, I'm ready to accelerate my gift into my highest and best timeline. What advice can the council give me for this new year? Highest is not always best. Last year, there was a holding back of your expression. There were so many that were ungrounded around you. There was loss in your family. And yet you still carried the light. And yet the kingdom of heaven so strongly opened up to yourself and others. The kingdom of heaven was opening. What you are seeking is still within you. What fulfills you must also come from within you. Create this year for you. Okay, that's not my car beeping, so I can't control that. And that person may not be home, so that's going to be beeping a long time. Maria, Okay. So there were a lot of boundaries. You were wanting sacred convergence last year, and instead a lot of boundaries had to be made. And then the question arises, what then? Let us take care of it. Let us take care of what to do next. Let us take care of how you are fulfilled in the future. Let us take care of how you choose to extend your heart to others in each and every moment, for that will arise as it shall, not before. You will know only during. Trust this year. That is your message. Ellen, insofar as the guides who I'm seeing, there are 2 druids, one male, one female. There's Yeshua. Those are the ones around. Insofar as the message, they said, how the Christed energies show up to you will be in normal, practical, human ways, with guides that show up in your dreams that look as if a person could come right off the street, but their light is so strong. How can that be that these Christed beings will show up as normal human angels around you? Pay attention. It'll be a natural, practical year for you. And your job is to still see the magic, even when it comes so practically, because the sight of Christ is all that there is to see, and you are learning and being initiated into seeing the Christ in all. The song of the Christ is all there is to hear, even when others are saying tremendously painful things. The hand of Christ is all there is to hold, even when others pull their hands back from you. And there is no journey but to walk, as you always have, with the Christed ones, as an example of that light, even when others attempt to crucify, betray, and abandon you. What else is there to do? Trust this year. Trust. Have faith. Your hope is strong, not for others to be different, but for you to feel so steadfast in your grace that your light is a reminder of their divinity. Oh, that's so sweet. Sharon says, how can I be a better special ed teacher to my students? They have autism and I want to be a better connection to be more effective. Show them the peace of this galactic consciousness within you, the peace of the Christ within you. Show them how to stop pulling valuations from the past and the future. Show them how to surrender into the present. Show them that their actions come from love and joy, that their actions have great meaning. Show them your gratitude for their actions. Show them in play, and in a new form of play that is accepted by all in your systems. This dance of celebrating the all is a part of your DNA. It is so deeply held within the center of your consciousness, and this is your path to communion with those beautiful children. Okay, Sophia, does the council have any messages for me? Surrender is key as you stand out of this painful solstice. Surrender of all that you thought you would know, all that you have believed, all that you have been afraid of, and all that you can even perceive that you would be afraid of. As you stand steadfast in your grace, do not pay mind to the revelations of this world. Do not pay mind to the direction that this world is headed. That is a scar in the past that you have healed. A dormant aspect of you is now arising and birthing herself. And she is of the new, not of the old. She paves her path, not with tears, but with gold. Be aware of the permeations of guilt and shame that arise from the world around you. Accept this not. Accept only that which is truth. Do not be distracted by the world's lies. Surrender. That is the nature of it. Let's see. There is a guide around Robbie. We only have about 5 more minutes, guys. She says, and she's a guardian. Her name is Atea. She said, you are free to look differently upon your world. You are free to see the world only in love. But your free will is a choice. Yeah. Your free will is a choice. Will you choose to see the world in peace? Will you choose to see it differently now? What will it take? How many more signs can we give you? We have been steadfast in the giving. Okay, Dawn. I think I'm going to use the dragon ones for you. She's asking for a message. Last year was a difficult year and you were removed from your bliss. And you had so many plans and it was not in divine order for you to fulfill those plans. And there would have been great risk if you had. Now is the time to go into a silence, to honor yourself, not to think about next year, but to remember to choose to see only love in all circumstance, to remember that you will discover a power that has already set you free. Ask to be shown your personal divine revelation of power today and tomorrow as you stand in the solstice powerfully. Ask in a period of silence for a vision of your personal power. Okay. Miriam, what is the meaning of the dream from the Andromedan? This is a really interesting message. This one says, if you wish to understand power, there can be no possessiveness. There is only perfect allowing. And this is what you learned this year, is to release the way that you saw the world when it was most deeply out of its power, particularly in politics, religion, and in the breaking of an old system. It is not that you are thwarting the divine masculine or removing it from power. It is that you are replenishing the sacred masculine in thyself. The day of judgment may be upon the world. The day of judgment of the masculine may be here. But how do you perceive discernment and discrimination as you have judged thyself? Remember, love thyself perfectly. There is no possessiveness. There is no color of judgment. In perfect love, there is perfect allowing. Your divine masculine begins to stand forth powerfully and to rebirth. Okay, 1 more minute, we'll land it with Emily. And then we'll give one more general message. Invite forgiveness into your thoughts. Instead of saying, I only want to think positively, invite forgiveness into your thoughts. Dare to follow your thoughts back into your broken heart again and again and again. Timing was difficult this year. It is not time for others to understand you. It is time for you to go into a world of deep honoring, reverence, and respect. And it is time for you to dare to follow the thought streams in your sacred, divine, feminine heart. And it will feel like a dare. All right, let's give a general message and we'll close there for anyone who didn't get a chance to get a message. We have readings on sale now everywhere, all over my website. Very discounted prices for this holiday season. I don't know how much longer it's going to be there, though. Okay. Insofar as the final general message, they said, do not fall victim to the state of the world. Do not fall victim to this anymore. Remember, the world makes many changes. The world is perpetually dying and then being reborn again. And as we go into a new year, it is important to release all of the ways of the past. You are born again every year, but this year holds great significance. This year holds a moment where you can remember who you have always been, to bring the ancient into a new world, honoring both old and new, and bridging a consciousness which has been long forgotten. Right. Be blessed. I will see you for Saturday's 7 Sacred Seals, working with Saint Germain, the alchemy of you, birthing a new you, starting a new year. He is the perfect being to work with for that. If you want to get a hold of that, that's on my website. If you feel like you need more time for a reading, there are tons of discounts on the website. I like the 10-minute recorded reading the best because it reaches people in all time zones. You don't even have to be there. It's affordable, and you can list a ton of questions, and I'll get to them in that amount of time for as much as I can. Pull in whatever counsels, your higher self, whoever else wants to show up to answer your questions or give you general messages. That's my favorite one. I hope you have a beautiful week. I will see you again. I know that I need to talk about world predictions and the cosmic energy theme for 2024, so I'll likely be doing that this weekend, but I will see you again prior to then. All right. Bye-bye.